Welcome back to another segment of Vital.statistics. I'm Shemetris Vital, and yes, it's a celebration. We are getting ready to step right on into the fifth element of change. But before we do that, let's make sure that you have the other four elements down pat. The first element of change is your character, and that's who you are. The second element of change is your health. Not just your health physically, but your health mentally as well, and spiritually. The third element of change is nothing more than attitude, because your attitude really does determine your altitude. And then when we move into the fourth element of change, we learn that you have to nurture you, because change is about you before it can be about anyone else around you. You have to nurture you. Numero. So I'm sure you're wondering, you can see there's some gift bags around me. And then I've got the celebration music going on because we're celebrating right now. And you've got to learn how to celebrate you, because the fifth element of change explains itself. It is called giving. And that means, you know what it means. It means to give. You can't receive if you're not willing to give. And I thought I would celebrate with you first and bring you some gifts. And sometimes when we're thinking about giving, we think that we actually have to give a gift. But you'll be surprised to see what I have in my gift bags. Giving can be just nothing more than a thought. How about telling someone, I love you? Or what about, I missed you? How about, I appreciate you? Have you ever just told someone that you appreciate them? Or what about, can I help you? When you see someone stressed out or just in a bad situation or just lost, have you ever just said, can I help you? Or do you just pass them by? Because that just is one word that is giving to someone else. How about just telling someone, you look nice? Maybe they need that uplifting. If you just told someone that you felt that they look nice, you're giving a gift to them. How about be blessed? How many ways can you bless a person? You don't always have to give money or monetary things. You can always give with your mouth. I thought of you today. And I thought that I might bring you these words of thought, because you have to learn how to think about others as well as yourself. But you got to give to them. Tell someone thank you when they do something nice for you. You're wonderful. You're great. Be encouraged. And then how about those gifts that create an action? An action like telling someone, I need you. How many people want to be needed? Everyone wants to feel that they're needed for something or some reason. How about giving a card or a note? You know how sometimes each day somebody's name will cross your mind and you'll be like, oh, I wonder what they're doing or what's going on. Send them a note. Send them a card. People love to get things in the mail. We've gotten so tied up into technology that we are so wrapped up into texting and emailing. But sometimes it's not that bad to buy a stamp and send a card. How about doing something nice for somebody? And that might just mean thinking about them. Or maybe keeping a mother's kids who's been stressed out and hasn't been able to get out by herself, or whatever it is that she's been going through, keeping her kids for her. You can also give the action of a smile, just a stranger around the street. If you give people a smile, that makes their world a little bit better. Sometimes all it does is it takes just a smile. I love to smile. I hate when I'm not smiling. Or what about saying, I love you? Sometimes we don't take the real meaning of the word, but just telling someone, I love you, is a big action, but it's also a big gift, and you're giving a whole lot when you really mean it. Or what about just giving someone a hug? Giving someone a hug can take a lot of things away from them. Those are just some things about giving. Now, this big bag that I have of giving, actually, it's empty. There's nothing in it. Because why? We normally are used to receiving the big gift, which is the negative things. We will receive and give to other people negative gestures, negative thoughts, all those kinds of things. Why is it easier for us to give the negative than it is to give the positive things in life? The things that create an action. The things that tell people that you care about them. Why do we have to give negative feedback to people? That's not uplifting. It's not encouraging. I had an experience not too long ago. It's been a couple of years where I gave an appreciation dinner to a number of ladies. It's about 20 of them. Well, I did everything that God had really told me to do to appreciate them. And I had gifts and I had certificates. And I mean, I did the whole 9 yards. Well, I learned the most valuable lesson in this giving aspect when the ladies all left and I sat down and I thanked God. But then at the same point, I was a little disappointed because there were some of them that did not show up that I had anticipated on showing up, because I wanted to appreciate them. Remember, I told you appreciation is really a big gift when you can tell people that you appreciate them before they're gone. Well, what happened was that God showed me that some people are not even in the position to receive your gift. But does that stop you from giving? It shouldn't. You should continue to keep on giving. Why? Because Christ gives to us each and every day. As I am sitting here talking to you and you are sitting and listening to me, He is giving to both of us. I pray that you have sound mind, that you're able to hear and to see. And He's breathing breath into our lungs right now, and He is giving to us. And we have to be able to receive that. So that's just one of my examples that sometimes people aren't willing to receive the gift, but you got to have the heart to give. And when you give, it's going to come back to you, because what you've given has also been something that you've sown, and it will come back to you. But don't give to receive. Give because that's what your heart desires, and giving is a part of the change process. Because if you can give something, you can nurture it. Your attitude is better, your health is ecstatic, and your character and who you are is much better than when you started. So remember, change is not only an action, but it's a process that involves you as your character, your health, your state of mind, your attitude. Whatever you're willing to nurture, first you have to be willing to nurture yourself that you may nurture others. You've got to be willing to give before you can ever receive. This has been another segment of Vital Statistics. I'm Shemetris Vital, and I'm celebrating you. And my words to you is the best gift that I can ever give to you. Is be encouraged to make the difference, because the difference is all in the change you choose to make. I am celebrating with you. Can you feel it? I know it's a little offbeat, but you got to celebrate. Let's get rid of those gifts that are negative. You don't want those. We're going to take the ones that produce an action and the thought. Celebrate. Be encouraged, because this change is about you, and giving is a part of the change. Take care.